Good morning, guys. MWUSA Season 3, Episode 212, and getting off to a little bit of a late start this morning. Got up a little bit late and out the door, and it is a cold one this morning, 30 degrees outside, and we're off to our first casino. Yesterday, decent day, got a chance to play some blackjack and meet with a friend. Unfortunately, right now it looks like I can't play the one casino anymore. Not so much because of the supervisor who is there, because I know what time he leaves, but because of the actual security guard who is there. And I believe now, after talking to a friend, that he leaves at 3 o'clock, and that makes it pretty difficult for me to ever be there, because I try to leave the area just after that. So unfortunately for now, I have lost one of these places. I doubt I'm gonna wait this guy out, because he did remember me and he's remembered me for years, and I don't think he's gonna be quitting anytime soon. He looks like a lifer. He looks like one of these guys who takes his job overly seriously and just wants to stick it to you, because it's part of his job to ask you for your ID, and he's never going to forget it. So anyway, right now, off to my first casino. Beautiful sky today. Unfortunately, with starting off late, I'm going to be doing one meeting in the car on the way to my first casino, and then just after arriving at my second casino, I'm going to have another meeting, which is an introduction to a new person. Let me think here. If I get there, get 9, 10, 11. I mean, it's possible I could get an hour in before that meeting if I really hustle. I'm obviously not going to leave any money on the table if I can help it. And then I'm going to be meeting with this lady who's new, and then I'll have a 1 hour break, which is like the worst timing for playing blackjack. Exactly a 1 hour break, and then a 1 hour meeting. And then I'll have another 1 hour available and have to come back. So it looks like I'm going to get about 2.5 hours of gambling in, 7 hours of driving in, and I actually considered playing poker today instead, but I know my EV is probably $18 or $20 an hour playing poker, and it doesn't make sense for me to do that. The other choice would be to stay local, and maybe I earn a couple $100 local, but that doesn't look very good to me either. There's another area that I could go to, but I would end up with one session of blackjack and 3 or 4 sessions of slots. Just doesn't seem like enough money. So this is what we're going to do for now. Unfortunately, I have to be back for a meeting tonight, and that's really going to limit my day. Now tomorrow I'm going to have more time. However, tomorrow is Friday, and things are going to get really busy at the casinos, and I like to be out of there before that, because every slot hustler gets off work early on Friday and is in the casinos by 3 or 4 o'clock. So anyway, we're going to make lemonade out of the lemons that we were given today. Everything's going to be good. I'm on my way to the first casino. I will need gas before I get there, and I'll be back to update you. Alright guys, I am back. So here's the problem I'm running into. I left home about half an hour later than I would have liked. So because of that, everything is behind by half an hour. And then I have only 2 meetings today at the worst possible time. So I'm really concerned I'm not going to have enough time to do what I need to do. I kind of almost feel like it's a mistake to even do anything today, but I'm pressing on, and here's my plan. I'm still on my way to the first casino. I need to stop for gas real soon, and I have a meeting starting in about 5 minutes. So I'm going to go through that meeting, stop for gas, go to the first casino, in and out, hopefully in 30 minutes or so. It's just going to be some slots. Move on to the next casino. I already emailed the person I have my first meeting with and asked if we could move it to Monday. If we could move that to Monday, that gives me 2 hours of gambling at one casino. I'll be able to do that. Hopefully get in all the gambling that I need to get my goals for the day. And then I will have to go to the car for a 1 hour meeting. Now I could use that 1 hour meeting to go to a third casino, and then I'll have a lot of time at that casino, like an hour and a half there. But there isn't an hour and a half of work to do there. So unfortunately, what I think I have to do is this. Do the first meeting, get gas, go to the first casino, go to the second casino for 2 hours, sit in that casino's parking lot for an hour for a meeting, go back in that casino for half an hour, then drive on to the next casino and spend a half hour there. It just seems like it's better for me to spend an extra half hour at my second casino instead of an extra hour at my third casino. And that would be it for the day. That would be all I could get done for the day, unfortunately. It's just the timing of these meetings is just so bad. Usually, with these meetings, usually they're a little bit later on in the day, and I can use all my driving time to do those meetings, and it doesn't slow me down at all. But today, they're right in the middle of my work day, which is already going to be short because of this meeting I have tonight, and it's just going to be a big mess. So I'm going to do my best. If it works out, it works out. If I end up wasting my day and not making any money, that's fine too. I'm not going to push it. I'm just going to do all the right things. And some days are big days and some days aren't. So we'll see what happens. So for now, I'm going to let you go, hop on this meeting, and then I'll be back to update you. If I was sending you a text or doing some kind of online communication, I would do one of those ridiculous laugh emojis right now, because that's what's going on right now. It's so crazy. So I was going to fill up some gas anyway, but not yet. I wasn't quite ready to, because I usually stretch it out as much as I can. And I'm in this meeting, and then my light goes on for high temperature. And I look down and I'm like, well, I'm going to have to stop for gas early. Stop for gas. The fuel pump was going so slow. It took about 10 minutes to get gas. In the meantime, I opened the hood. I looked. I was a little bit low on coolant. I had some, so I put the coolant in, and everything seems to be fine. But it's like everything's against me today so far. The meetings, which I got the meeting moved. I left home late. I was low on fuel. The heat, the temperature in the car. So all these things. But so I kind of feel like it's going to be a really good day now. So I'm not going to think negative. I'm going to think positive. We're going to make more money today than we expected. And we'll see what happens. But it's just like, when it rains, it pours. Isn't that what they say? And this morning I woke up, I looked over at the clock, and I'm like, dang it. You know, it's like 35 minutes after I normally would get up. And I got ready to go and out the door. And there were some issues with stuff at home with the school, and my wife doing stuff today and volunteering and all this stuff. And then I have the meeting tonight and all this stuff that I already discussed. So right now the temperature is perfect in the car. I only needed to add like 2 ounces of fluid, so everything is good. And going to continue on. I don't think there's a problem here, and I'll be back and let you know what happens at my first stop. All right, guys, I am back. We are off to a slow start today. Went in that place and found very, very little. I think my most expensive play was $1. I saw a guy when I first walked in. I saw this guy playing this machine. It was right on the edge of hitting, and then as I was leaving, like 25 minutes later, he still hadn't hit it, and he was very frustrated and lost a lot of money. And that's what happens with variance. I would have been sitting there just like him playing that. But I did ask him when he got in, and he told me, and he got in way too early, so I'm sure he's down $300 or $400 on it, even though it's less than $1 to spin. He doesn't really know what he's doing, but I still said, hey, what did that say when you sat down? And he told me. So anyway, I didn't find very much to play. I ended up ahead $28, so that's really all I could do. Right now we're moving on to another casino. We're going to have 2 hours at this casino, and we will see what happens, but that 2 hours is a max because I do have that meeting. It's scheduled to be an hour-long meeting. Hopefully it only goes a half hour or 40 minutes. Although the group that we're talking to is a group that likes to ask a lot of questions, so you never know. There is a gift that I want to get today, and I may have to abandon that based on time because the lines are so long when they start giving this gift that it may not be worth it. So I have a choice of taking the gift or taking $15, and the gift is definitely worth more than $15 to me. So I'm going to attempt to get the gift. So I'm going to wait through the meeting at this location, and hopefully when the meeting is over, hopefully early, I can go in and get that gift. If not, then I will take the $15, and I would have wasted an hour waiting, but we'll see. Also, I'll take another lap, obviously, of the slots when I come in from my meeting. So that's what's going on right now. Hope to get 2 sessions of blackjack in at the very least. I'd like to make at least $800 or $900 today, since it's going to be a light day, but we could easily make a lot more. So my EV today on blackjack is only going to be a couple $100, maybe $300, and my EV on slots is probably going to be $100 or $200. So it's not very much, but we'll see what we can do. That's what's going on right now. Right now it is clear skies, 48 degrees outside, nice day, and I'll come back and update you. All right, guys, as we continue on to our second casino, we are getting close here. I want to tell you about something cool that's going on. God willing, if everything works out tomorrow, I will be interviewing a blackjack / slot advantage player on this podcast, and we have talked to each other a few times, met a few times, and I like his style. I like the way that he does things, and his aggressiveness, and I think it's going to be a great interview. I asked him if he would do the interview, and he said he would love to do it, so very grateful for that, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So look for that hopefully tomorrow. Hopefully nothing changes that makes that not possible, but I look forward to doing that tomorrow. That's worth a lot of EV to me, because the things that I can learn from this man can actually help my game as well. So so look for that. I'm very excited about that, and hopefully I will release it tomorrow. If for some reason during the recording one of us says something that tells where we are, or gives personal information, then I'll have to edit it, and if I do that, that may take a little bit longer for me to get out, but hopefully that won't happen, and we'll just do one long interview, uncut, uncensored, baby, and I will release that to you. So I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. So just update you on what's going on here. I'm kind of in the middle of things, but I played 2 different sessions of blackjack. The first one, well, it was pretty chill. It was okay, no big deal. Didn't have any issues. Ran the way it should have. You lose on the low counts, win on the high counts. It was going all right. And as you know, I'm betting lower now, so it took a little longer, but ended up leaving on a negative count, plus 500. So I leave and look for another table in a different pit
I find another one. I sit down, another $25 table. Sit down, start playing. They had just closed the only table that was a stay 17, so I had a hit 17 table. It didn't affect me because the one time that it happened, I'd already busted out. But it did affect the other people at the table. They lost because of it. But anyway, I played there for a while and just had nothing going. There were two ladies at the table who were like playing with the same money. So one would play, then the other one, then both of them. And then there was an Asian guy at the table, and he would play a hand, and then he'd skip two hands, and then stop and go back and forth. And every time he would skip a hand or come back in, the dealer would get a 20 or a blackjack. But anyway, I ended up leaving that table. I had 25, and then I went to get this free gift, and I was trying to stay away from the pit that I was just playing because you have to have a player's card in order to get the gift and all that. And I was able to find a nice lady in line, and we were talking about her and her family. She stood next to me like we were waiting for her, and I was able to go get the gift. And then I stood in a different line and got a steak ordered. It'll be ready in about 20 minutes. My meeting's in 40 minutes, so I'm gonna go to the car, put this gift in there, come back, and get my steak, and then I'll eat that in the car on the way to my next casino. So I did play some slots as well. I'll add to that when I get back from the car, and I'll let you know the total at the end of that. So that's what's going on right now. Hope you can hear this, and I'll be back to update you.
All right, guys, I am back. So let me see here, catch you up. I don't know how well you heard the last segment. I played 2 sessions of blackjack. Both went reasonably okay, not the greatest, but I made $500 in one session and only $25 in the other session. They were giving away a free gift. I was able to print out the voucher for that, stand in line next to a lady like I was with her, and walk through, so that way if the pit bosses saw me or whatever, they wouldn't be like, hey, how are you getting a gift? You don't have a card here. And I was able to get that gift, so that was all good. And then went back to the car, picked up my steak that I ordered, and ate that during the meeting while I was in the parking garage. Just picked it up and ate it. It was a Cajun sirloin. Sirloin or I'm not sure, but it was a 12-ounce ribeye, actually, 12-ounce Cajun ribeye, and mashed potatoes, green beans. Ate that in the car. Then I put it in drive, and I'm on my way to my next casino. As I was on my way to my next casino and during the meeting, I got a message from my director that someone needs some servers scanned. I kicked off the scan and they both failed. So I am going to let the guy know that the scans failed, and I will work on them this afternoon and hopefully have an answer for them tomorrow. I did end up ahead 109 on the slots, I believe. So 109 more on the slots. But yeah, I'm going to contact this guy, let him know that I will have to get an answer for him hopefully by morning. Something's not running properly, and right now I am continuing my trip to the next casino where I'm going to have an abundance of time, and I won't need it all. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hop in there, I'm going to do my normal search, go back to the car, do some work, try to solve this problem, and then go back in again and search again, and then continue on from there. So not the best way to do, a day of gambling, but at least I got a little bit of time in, and I'll get a little bit more in here, and hopefully get over at least $1,000 for the day. It's better than staying home doing nothing. So that's where we are right now. Temperature is up to 61 degrees. It's a beautiful day outside, clear skies, light breeze, and I'll be back to update you. Alright guys, I am back. So that was a miserable experience.
played a few things, was ahead just pennies. I mean, $4, $8, just nothing. And then I found a bigger play at $2 a spin, played that one through, and ended that one down about $300. And then walked around for a long time looking for plays and really couldn't find anything, and ended up leaving down $318. So overall ended up at about EV, which is terrible. Whatever. What did I end up? $300 or $400 ahead. So probably 400 and something ahead. So bad day. It was bad from the beginning. I didn't know where I was going to go because the schedule was off, and I always have things set perfectly, and then the meetings were in a bad spot, and I just added an extra meeting for Monday because I had the one moved, and just overall not good. What are you going to do? When I was in there, I saw a machine that I wanted to check, but there was a chair leaned up against it, which means someone is there. There was no money in there, but there was a player's card in there, and there was a jacket draped over the chair, so there's no way you're going to be able to check that. And there was a cup on the screen, just on the part where you bet. So I walked away. I come back, and I see a guy I know sitting there, and I'm like, hey, how's it going? So you're the one who was playing that. And he's like, I need $5. Okay, why? And he showed me on the screen he was one spin away from hitting like $25. So I gave him the $5, and he played that through. But overall, for me, things ended up pretty bad, minus whatever I said, 318. And we're moving on. Right now, I'm going to head toward home, and I would say probably going to get there about 40 minutes before my meeting. So I'm actually going to run to the house first, get a change of clothes, freshen myself up a little bit, so when I go meet people, I look a little bit better. And then I'll go to my meeting. Tomorrow, big day. Tomorrow we're going to be playing 2 to 3 casinos blackjack, a bunch of casinos playing slots. We're going to be doing that interview tomorrow, hopefully. And we're expecting it actually to be a longer one. I think we're probably either going to do it in one of our cars, or I don't know if we can. I can't even think of a place we can go. We're going to go to a library, like a meeting room. I don't know. I got to think it over and see if we can find a quiet place to have the interview. And I'm excited about that. So let's do our segments. What did you eat today, MW? Today I had, what did I have today? What did I have this morning? Can't even remember right now. I don't think I had anything this morning. I had a steak this afternoon with mashed potatoes and green beans, and it was a little bit cool. It wasn't cold or anything, but it must have sat there for a few minutes before I picked it up and then took it to the car, and there was no way I could eat it with a knife and fork, so I just picked it up with my hands and ate it. And I would give it a pretty decent rating, actually, at least a 10 on a scale of 2 through ace. And the mashed potatoes and green beans were decent. There wasn't a lot of them, but it was okay. And then what did you tip today, MW? Today I tipped $0 on everything. So there was nothing that there was no jackpot, so I didn't tip on any slots, and there was nothing special going on with the blackjack, so I didn't tip there either. So yeah, that's what happened so far. So for now, I'm going to let you go. There might be an opportunity tonight for something else, but I'll come back and update you, let you know. All right, everybody. So I made a decision here. I was going to do this a few days ago and just slipped my mind or didn't get a chance or whatever excuse, but I'm going to today. Right now, it looks like I'm going to have about 40 minutes or so extra time before my meeting, so I'll be able to get home, get changed, and get to the meeting on time.
But I want to make a stop before that at a church. I just feel like I need to be there. So it's been coming for a long time, and I just feel like I need to go. So I'm going to stop at this church, spend 15 minutes there, get some more fuel, and then continue my trip home. This place actually has some extra meaning to me. So it's far from my house, but it's a place where some things that can't be explained by normal science happened. You could call them miracles. And it's actually a national shrine because of that. And a couple days before I got really sick with COVID, I had a feeling that I needed to go there, so I took the whole family there, and we spent some time there, and then I went home, and I was sick a couple days after that, but something had told me that I needed to go there, and it made a lot of sense at the time, and it worked out. So I really did need it then, and I feel like I need it now. So it'll be nice to have a little bit of quiet and a little time to reflect and do what I need to do for myself. So I think that's going to be good. So right now I've got that in the GPS. I'm going to head over there and take care of that. And then there is some decent priced fuel in the area, although I don't need gas quite yet, but if the price is perfect, I'll do it. If not, I'll stop somewhere else on the way home, and we'll continue on from there. So that's what's going on right now. I'm going to stop, and I'll be back. All right, everybody. Ah, man, I'm ready for this day to be over. I should have just stayed in bed today, I think. I don't know. But actually, something good came out of today. I went to this church, and it was just basically me and maybe two other people there. Huge church, multiple levels, very beautiful, amazing. Honestly, if you went on a tour, you would be shocked and amazed that this is where it is, and it's just fantastic. So spent a little time in there, and then left. Went to the gas station, got gas for $2.50 a gallon, $2.50, and while I was there, I had a coupon for a buy one get one free Monster. It was a Ultra Fantasy Ruby Red, and I went up to the cashier, and he goes, "Just so you know, right now we have a special." So I just kept my mouth shut. If you buy two, you get one of these free. So I'll go ahead and ring these up, and on your way out, just grab another one. And I said, "Well, I've got a deal that's buy one get one free." He goes, "Huh, so which one do you want to use?" I'm like, well, let me do the math here. I think I'll do the buy one get one free. So he called the manager over. I'm like, "Are you serious?" And she's like, "Well, I don't know if this is going to work." I said, "Well, I just assume that when I put my phone number in, and since I did it on your app, it's automatically going to take one of these off." She goes, "You can try." So I put the phone number in, it took one off, and I ended up getting two of them for $3. So I'm happy about that, because we didn't make a lot of money today. We can't be wasteful with our money. So now I am on my way home. I'm going to get home 35 minutes before my meeting, and the meeting's not too far from home. I'm going to change, put some of this money in the house so I'm not walking around with tens of thousands in my pocket, and we should be ready to go to our meeting. And I'm probably going to wrap it up tomorrow. I don't know how it's going to go. I'll probably do 2 episodes tomorrow, one for my regular day and then one for the interview. Hopefully that all works out for tomorrow. So that's about it. So right now, continue my trip home, and I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow. If you have any questions or comments, my email is mwusa21@gmail.com, mwusa21@gmail.com. See you next time. All right, mon ami, I am just leaving home, heading off to my meeting,
I should get there about 10 minutes early. It's perfect timing. Everything is good. And talk to my wife, let her know I'm going to be a little bit late tomorrow because I'm doing that interview, and everything is perfect. So I'm going to let you go right now. I'm going to relax, enjoy the rest of the night with the family after this meeting, and I will talk to you tomorrow. If you have any questions or comments, my email is mwusa21@gmail.com, mwusa21@gmail.com. See you next time.